Good afternoon. My name is Kacey Roman, and I'm also running for Justice of the Peace for Precinct 1, Place 2, and that does include a big part of Angleton. During this campaign, I have been asked hundreds of times, what exactly does a Justice of the Peace do? It is amazing how many people are not aware. So a Justice of the Peace handles cases that affect your everyday life. You've got landlord and tenant disputes, evictions, property disagreements, small claims courts up to $20,000, and on and on. It's where people go when something has gone wrong in their life and they need someone to listen. Apply the law fairly and make a decision that sometimes it can impact their home, their finances, and even their safety. So when you ask yourself, what should I look for in Justice of the Peace? You want to ask yourself, who has done this kind of work? And that's what I have done. I have actually spent 27 years on the civil side of law enforcement in city government, which is exactly what Justice of the Peace Court does every day. So as a code enforcement officer, I have investigated cases. I gathered the facts, issued legal citations and notices. I've testified in court more times than I care to admit. And afterwards, I enforced the judge's orders fairly, no matter who was involved. And I've been doing that my entire career, but it goes a lot deeper than that. A Justice of the Peace has to understand what people are going through when they walk into that courtroom. And I do, because I've been there. I've been in their homes, sitting across from them when they're frustrated, worried, or just trying to figure out what their next steps are. I've spent thousands of hours helping people with landlord-tenant issues, property disputes between neighbors, dangerous living conditions, and business concerns. That's real-world experience that directly matches what the Justice of the Peace Court does. Again, what does a Justice of the Peace do? They don't just enforce the law, they have to understand it and they have to apply it correctly. You see, for over 20 years, I've actually been teaching code enforcement officers, inspectors, and students across the state of Texas how to read the law, interpret it, and apply it the right way. A Justice of Peace is also a supervisor of a very large office. That means managing people and HR issues, large budgets, and systems that serve the public. I've done that as well. As a director of building and code, I've led large departments, successfully managed million-dollar budgets, built and trained teams, implemented new computer programs, and worked with the community to solve problems before they reach the courtroom. Because this job isn't just about making decisions, it's about running an office that actually works for the people. Which brings me to my goals for this position. Right now, in Precinct 1, you cannot file a case online. We don't have that capability. And you think about that in today's world. If you have to take time off of work, drive to the courthouse, sit and wait just to file the paperwork. So I want to modernize that system. I want to bring in e-file so that you can file online and handle your business quickly and efficiently. I've already spoken with several other Justice of the Peace courts here in Missouri County that were able to successfully implement it, and they're willing to help us do it here. I also want to expand our dockets so that people aren't waiting longer than they should for their cases to be heard. We can make this system more efficient without sacrificing fairness. Again, what does a Justice of the Peace do? They serve people, all kinds of people. And that takes a broad understanding of our community. I have been a youth sports coach, community ambassador, and youth mentor with both VISD and AISD. I'm also a small business advisor and adjunct instructor for Fresno Sport College. I have raised a large family of 6 boys and have been married to my husband Raymond for over 31 years. They are why I'm passionate about bringing proactive youth programs into the Justice of the Peace Court. As someone once said, if you train up a child in the way that they should go, when they're older, they will not depart from it. And it is so true. You have to get them when they're young. I'm also a licensed inspector with experience in residential, commercial, apartment, and manufactured housing inspections, which directly relates to the eviction cases and the property issues that this court sees every day. And I've been inside those homes and seen the struggles that they have. I served as president of the largest environmental health association in the state of Texas and testified at the state capitol regarding environmental issues. So I have direct insight into those type of cases that a JP court has to decide. I'm also from a military family and a very proud Navy mom, and I understand the Service Member Civil Relief Act, and it provides protections in court for our military families. I'm a lifelong community volunteer, chairman of the Lake Jackson Zoning Board, board member of the Brazosport Breakfast Lions Club, National Anthem singer, Junior Service League member, and a chamber member, just to name a few. Also a little bit of a tomboy, thanks to all those boys that I've raised. I'm a deer hunter, boat owner, thanks to my husband, and a fisherman with all the appropriate licenses, so I'm very familiar with the Texas Parks and Wildlife regulations and offenses that are seen by the JP Court. So why does this all matter? Because the people walking into that courtroom are not all the same. They need a judge who understands more than one path. They need someone with more than one perspective. This court is primarily a civil court, and that is where my expertise lies. That is where I've spent nearly 30 years of my life doing that work. It takes experience, dedication to the community, and a lifetime of service. And I have given my life and my service to all three. I would be honored if you would allow me to continue my service to this community as your next Justice of the Peace. My name is Kacey Roman, and I would appreciate your prayers and your vote.